all of those free speech people who grifted off of free speech and who won't say anything?
David Friedman, who actually was Trump's ambassador to Israel in his first term, he doesn't just stop at progressives and their critique of Israel.
You're alluding to Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, none of them are any good on the right. On the left, I don't like any of these anti-Semites, and I'm not shy about it. There's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them, but we can deport them, we can put them in jail, we can make their lives miserable, we can cut off their funding, and that's what the Trump administration is doing for the first time.
That was an answer to a question about Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. So we're not talking about student visas anymore. So Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and everyone else, you start slightly criticizing Israel. We got a jail in Louisiana and then one in El Salvador that Israel can send you to via the U.S. government.
It's insane. Okay, it is insane. Time for Americans to wake up to what is happening. Okay, because our freedoms will be taken away very quickly. I will not tolerate it. Whether
all right. What would Candace Owens following do if she were to get locked up? Or if she were to start going through what she's going before, where they're trying to make her life miserable for speaking up? Would y'all speak up for her? Would y'all be screaming free Candace? If so, why are they not doing that beforehand? Why is there not a bunch of videos flooding the internet screaming we stand with Candace, to show your support of her and ultimately possibly prevent them from even attempting to arrest her? Because if they know y'all are going to support and ride for her beforehand, they're likely not even to even attempt, because they know it will be a waste of time trying to criminalize her when the people are not in support of it. And if y'all would be willing to go through all that, why not make it even easier on yourselves by just saying, screw the system, let's all come together and create our own system? Because Candace represents a combination of all races, right? Everybody coming together. And personally, I believe that is going to be very complicated to do, considering history has shown that it does not work out well. I mean, one thing about it is it's hard to move forward in a positive direction when the people you know are your enemy can just as easily look just like your friend. They've always corrupted. They refuse to be not a part of it, and they want you to be open to allow them within your circle and in your space. That's one thing that America weaponizes. That's why they let everybody come into this country. And that's why America ultimately is very weak. And that's why doing that doesn't really make sense. And I'm sure that's pretty much why Trump is standing on what he's standing on. But clearly, all these different races stand by their country. So when they come to America and y'all are surprised when they talk about Americans as if they not American, like as if they not living in this country, that's because they don't view themselves as being a part of your country. They come here to exploit your country. And it would be no different in relationships between black and white. Now, I ain't saying all of them will have that mindset, but overall, that's the mindset because their culture, they believe they're better. They respect their culture more than yours. And I'm pretty sure all countries respect their country more than they respect America because America ain't shit. I love America. I mean, it creates a lot of opportunities, but in the long run, its ways is going to catch up with them and they're going to lose power at some point because they're not developing their people. They're not invested in their people like other countries. They're invested in oppressing their people in a way that is not good for growth and expansion, because a lot of other countries are invested in oppressing their people as well, but not to the extent of America, because America has that slavery. They still holding on to that slavery mindset because of their hate for black people. And other countries don't like or don't respect black people and they kick them out and do all this stuff, let them know they're not welcome. But they not focused on destroying black people. They're just focused on keeping them out of their country for the main thing. And of course, they'll go to Africa and exploit Africa just like everybody else is doing. Because if they don't, they fall behind, because that's what America is doing to gain power, right? It's more of a business thing than an actual personal thing with them. But for America, it's personal and business. And that's what's going to be their downfall. But nevertheless, right? Why, if Candace's support is willing to stand up with her after she gets into trouble, or willing to stand up before she gets into trouble, why not just come together and create your own system? Create your own communities. You're large enough. Her following is large enough to create a network of communities that won't have to depend on these people that y'all are demonizing in this media, on this platform. Not saying that they don't need to be demonized, because they are. They definitely lack integrity. But you're in their system. They control it. He's letting her know they got power. And this is how they would use that power if she can. And no disrespect, but I believe she fears that. That's why she made this video asking for help. So are y'all gonna help her now or before she get in trouble? Are you gonna help her before she get in trouble or after? Or are you not gonna help her at all? You're just gonna listen to her videos and act like you really about their life. Or would you just prefer to take a much easier a much safer route and just separate yourselves, create your own communities, develop your own income and regain your independence. Because if all of y'all start coming together, growing your own food, building your own homes, doing all the stuff taking care of all your basic needs on your own without assistance from the government, they lose power over you. You retake your power. You take your power back. And see, they don't generate wealth without you. They're nothing without you. So all it takes to make the changes y'all are seeking is to just come together, not constantly talking about what they're doing is so wrong and all this type stuff, and never really taking it any further than that. Going to they little meetings that they allow y'all to come in there and vent and talk about the disagreements y'all have with them. They don't give a damn. They allow you to do that because you ain't gonna stop nothing. They are focused on empowering people in power, people with influence. And those people have power and influence because they control you. So a bunch of rich people don't have to focus on actually appeasing you. They just have to appease the people that have control of you. And that's why I believe the Biden administration and everybody within that community, because they established their communities, y'all just don't know it, but they all are for globalize. They want to build alliances with all the people within power of the world. They don't necessarily care about this one country. They want to control the world as a group. So when you see them trying to send billionaires and millionaires up to space, that's their place to come together. That's their community right there. That's going to be their land. That's going to be their way to ensure their safety and produce everything they need, while at the same time still milking y'all for the resources and whatever they get up out of y'all. Making you depend on them. So I mean, what are we doing, people?